all the images that C5 gave us. So if I go to add existing items and I choose 5 stuff, the background border, the dot, and the snake, and I'm going to add them to the project. Now, if I come up here, inside CGD, well, inside here, game assets, I can do C5. We need a comma after that. Now, we don't actually have a way to transition into the into C5 stuff yet, so we need to set that up. So what we could do is inside our update function. Okay. Hopefully this works. I didn't actually have anyone submit anything beforehand to test this, so this is pretty untested code, but we'll give it a try. I don't think we have a current. Do we have a current? No, we don't have a current asset set, so we'll add that up here.
C5 is asking if he named the things wrong, but even if you do name them wrong for whatever reason, we can always rename them and put them in the code, right?
Yeah, it just takes me a little bit longer, but he was fine. What he gave was named perfect.
C5, you're doing pretty awesome, let me tell you.
Okay, so current asset equals default. Okay, and then back down in our update, we're going to reset the game if we need to. Let's try this. If keyboard dot is key down keys dot tab, then we want to do current asset plus plus. If current asset is greater than or equal to, what did we call it? Game assets dot length, then current asset equals 0. So we're gonna keep on adding this for every set of art that people are giving us. So now we've got stuff off C5. We've got 2 sets of art. We've got the original art, and then we've got C5's art. And so if someone hits tab, it's going to go on to the next set until it gets to the end, and then it's going to go back to the beginning. So then what we want to do is actually refresh our art here. Fresh assets. Current asset. So hopefully that'll work. Like I said, it's untested, but if I start the game, nothing seems to have changed. Then I hit tab, and we've got its background.
Oh, I see it.
We've got his background. Why don't we have anything other than his background?
The background looks pretty awesome.
We also need to do some buffering as well here. But why don't we have anything other than his background? Let's see what happens. So when I hit tab, what is the code actually doing? So it's trying to load in his background, and it does it. And then it tries to load in segment, and it fails. Why does it fail? Do we not have C5 segment? Oh, it's because it's called C5 snake. Oh, maybe you aren't that good at naming stuff.
Aww. It's all good. See, issues like this are pretty easy to find in code. Thankfully, it's not something like ridiculous, where it's buried under all sorts of other code.
So we try and load the fruit, and it fails because it's called C5 dot. He's still awesome. He still gets his gold star. We were talking about gold stars before this.
Oh yeah?
C5 gets his gold star. said Saber doesn't get her gold star for being a bit late today, but
I don't get a gold. Okay, here's why I don't get a gold star. I was late today in setting up the scenes, and if you notice on the screen right now, we have the dimensions for the artwork. The naming conventions that I use for the artwork are incorrect. Like the background is correct, but I say border, snake, and dot. Those are not the real names you need. That was my bad. That was my bad.
so actually I'm going to stop the code and I'll just rename these files, and rather than trying to do it through here, we'll rename the files and add them again. So oh, did I totally just delete the files? Let me pull them back across.
Oh, and the correct names are, it's underscore background, right? .png.
Yeah, it's underscore background underscore segment underscore fruit underscore wall X and underscore wall Y.
Oh my goodness.
And I just totally just deleted the file, like completely deleted them from my hard drive. So I'm gonna have to download them again. So this will be a second.
Okay, well, good. No, this helps me. Okay, so underscore
Okay.
background underscore segment underscore what else?
Underscore background underscore segment underscore fruit underscore wall X and underscore wall Y.
Underscore wall X dot PNG.
Yep.
And underscore wall Y.
Yeah. Wall X and wall Y are all one word.
Yeah. Oh, I could have just read them on the right. Thank you, Fragged Rabbit. Clearly on top of things today. Clearly. That's why you guys are awesome. You help me understand things like this. It's very hard for me. Maybe it's because I need to get in there and actually start coding some stuff. I do a lot of the behind the scenes production work for the show, but I need to start getting in there and making my own games. I should be forced to do all the challenges.
I'll help you out.
Okay. I'm down for that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, they can see my final, or not my final score, but my updated score. My high score right now in the game is 47. So I've beaten his high score.
You know, I'm gonna have to stop giving you the source code for the games that we do challenges on.
Yay! Well, to be fair, like you could have actually messed with the game before you gave it to me, but you were very nice and you made the playing field even. You, yeah. And I totally didn't cheat. I promise. We played it like at the same time. We were on Skype. We're like, okay, you're gonna do it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Yeah. Okay, let's go. We played it like at the same time.
All right, so I renamed and re-downloaded and renamed the assets. So let's see what it looks like. So I hit tab and we hit the breakpoint and let's get rid of that. Oh. So I think it's actually stretching the border ones. That's pretty cool. Star Snake into snakeness.
So I love it. I love the background. I love everything. I like so that border has been changed too, right?
Yeah.
That looks freaking awesome.
Did I not just build? Oh, I changed the arena width. I meant to change the arena height.
Oh, you're making it a little bit bigger so you can see the text?
Yeah, there we go.
I love it. Look at that. That looks so awesome. C5, you did an excellent, excellent job. That's freaking awesome.
And actually, now I kind of want to go in and change the way the border's drawn, because I see what he was trying to do with the borders, and if I change it, it won't affect our game at all, but it'll make his look better. It won't affect our art, but it'll make his look even better. So I'm actually going to do that. In the draw, what we're doing is drawing the arena based on we're just drawing 4 different rectangles and we're stretching the bitmaps. That's why we have X and Y, is because that we've got 2 different size rectangles, and we're just stretching whatever image we've got across that rectangle instead of tiling it. But we can totally change that right now, and that will make that arena look a lot better. Or actually, do we have more? We have more.
We just
assets?
have an updated background from C5. If we want to
Okay.
put that in there.
Yep. Arena. Give me arena width.
And C5 is asking why the border is stretched. Because he made a 15 by 15 image.
Yeah.
Pixel image.
Yeah. Actually, let me just delete this guy. So what we're doing, arena was what was the dimensions on our arena? It was down here. So right now our arena is 64 by 34. So that means that there's 64. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, I can't even see my mouse. And then I was about to point to the screen like you guys could see that. So there's 2 different rectangles make up our arena. There's the horizontal ones and the vertical ones. The horizontal one is made up of 64 15 by 15 squares basically, but instead of being actually 64 15 by 15 squares, it's just one image stretched to cover the space that would be 64 15 by 15 squares. And then the left and right, they're the same except they're 34 squares. I just changed them to 34. So yeah, what we could do, C5, actually this would be quicker if you did this than me doing it. If you can take your image and make it, just tile it like 64 times in the X, and then do one for the vertical walls and tile it 34 times in the Y, that would work. That would actually be quicker than me writing the code, and it would also not mess up if anyone else has done it the old way. That would actually be better. Can you do that for us?
What are the dimensions so I can put it in chat?
So it's 64 times 15. The calculator.
I do on my cell phone. Hold on. It's awful that I need a calculator for that, but I do.
I need it too. 64 times 15.
64 times 15. So it's 960 by 15.
Yeah, 960 by 15 for the horizontal walls, and then 34 by 15 for the 15 by 34 for the vertical ones.
You said 15 by 34.
34 times 15. Yeah.
And then it's 510 by 15 pixel for vertical.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out, right? You guys know.
You guys are smart.
Yeah.
You got this. Livid Tech is asking, can it be tiled or repeated?
Technically, that's what it's doing. Like, if you take that one 15 by 15 tile and you tile it, you make an image that's what did we say? 510 pixels high and then 15 wide, and you paste that one tile in there 34 times. That's basically what it's going to look like. I love that. Math teacher said you always used to say you never have a calculator with you in real life. That's how you have to learn how to do it, because you never have a calculator. But nowadays everyone has a calculator on their cell phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have apps for doing all those things.
Yeah. And yeah, when I was in middle school and first really got to like first had my classes where I needed a calculator, I don't think anyone knew that many years later, everyone would just have a calculator on them. So their argument would have been invalid.
If you want to take a quick break from doing assets, I just sent you an email
Hmm.
from Dirk the blacksmith who actually coded the obstacles into the game, and he sent us his game version. Would we be able to pull that up?
Yeah, yeah. Let me grab it.
Sweet.
Uh,
Let's take a look at that. That'll
all
give
right.
C5
So
some time to do it.
it's just a snake game type right here. Yeah. Let me open this guy up. I'm just going to rename snake game type temporarily. Uh,
Oh, Dirk, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
all right. So now I've got his here. If I open it up, it's tiny on my screen. All right.
There
Let's
we go.
see. Um, this is the right one, right? Well, let me just run it and we'll see right away. Oh, wow.
Oh man,
It's like Minesweeper Snake.
look at that. Look at those obstacles. Jeez, you weren't kidding, Dirk. That's hard. That's so hard. But I really. Oh, and they're random too.
Yeah.
They're random obstacles.
Let me
Oh,
try
good job.
running it
Good
for
job,
one.
Carrie. You are.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
That's awesome.
Do you guys see how awesome this? Can we actually look at the code and see how he
Yeah.
added that to the
Let's see what he's doing.
source code?
Yep. So there's probably a list somewhere of all the obstacles, right? Let's see where we're doing that. Okay, yeah. Oh, so there's an array of these obstacles. Um, so what he's doing is he's probably creating this array. Okay, he's setting it. We've got a constant value, 40 obstacles. Um, so yeah, he creates this array of 40 obstacles, and uh, yeah, he just randomly fills this array in with different wall segments, and then he probably checks collision in the update. Okay, this is where we draw it. Yeah, he's drawing all the obstacles there. And then, oh, and the check collision, which would make more sense in the update. He actually checks see if the snake has hit, if the head has hit an obstacle, and if it has, he kills the snake. And yeah, it was easy as that. And then okay, and then he's doing the same thing. Well, he's doing something similar to where we added not to spawn the fruit on top of the snake. He's added this code here that stops the fruit from spawning on an obstacle. Cool. Yeah. So really, yeah, it's random, and we've got a bunch of mines in our game now.
Can you play it one more time? I just want to take a look at it again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at that. I feel like his snake is faster, but maybe that's just
No.
me getting weirded out by
Oh,
all the obstacles. Holy smokes.
yeah. There was no way I was getting around that.
That's so tough. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I missed it.
Awesome. Wow, that's really cool.
That is really freaking awesome. Good job, Dirk. That is freaking awesome. And I actually asked Dirk if we could put his code up on our website so people could download it and see what he did. Um, So we will totally do that because he said that we could. So
Cool.
very exciting.
All right. So yeah, I'll switch back to our code that we've had going on. At some point, it'd be cool to pull his across and merge the two. But yeah, let me switch files back.
Oh, and really quickly, Insanity, thanks for joining us in the live stream. So this is our new show, Community Game Development. It's where we put out source code every month for a different game, a really basic game, and we take a look at the code. We kind of explain what the code does and how the code functions as a game and all the different concepts within that. And then we put that source code out for you guys too, so you guys can download it and code right along with us. And then we take your suggestions from the chat and we implement them into the game. So we just saw Dirk the Blacksmith. He sent in his code and he added obstacles to the game Snake, which is what we're dealing with today on this episode. We've already had C5 Studios submit some artwork, so we have a new background and new walls and new Snake images for that. So it's really cool. So if you want to send us artwork to be implemented into the game, I have the dimensions on the stream right now. You can see that in the bottom left-hand corner. You can email us your artwork or your code to comgamedev@gmail.com and we will implement it right on the live stream. So it's pretty cool. We're creating some new games just with your community involvement. So that's what this show is about. It happens one Sunday every month. Random Sundays. We're still trying to figure out a set schedule for that. So follow us at ComGameDev on Twitter, so you can keep up with that. And we're always going to be on the Fragdolls Twitch channel, so you can always find us here as well. Insanity.
Right.
It's probably good that you did go to school for game dev, though. Like that's a good thing to do. But we're here in case if you want to do it, and you don't know where to start necessarily, and school might be too much of a commitment. But if you're interested in learning about it or learning about games development specifically, um, that's why you're here to join us.
Cool. All right. So what were we gonna do next? So we got well, Dirk got obstacles in. We've got the updated background, right, from C5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We had an updated background from C5.
Just the background.
Okay.
So yeah, you can. I don't. Do you need me to resend that email to you?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
Let me just move it into position. Move it where it needs to go.
Livid Tech in chat. When you ask for ideas or to-do list on the forum, does that mean, or are you asking for or a place where you can post potential ideas for future games? Because if so, Winter Ion just put in our suggestion section on our forums, you can put it there, and that's where you can always list what kind of games you want to take a look at. We've done Pong and Snake. This is only episode 2, so we're open for new game ideas, definitely. So let us know what you want to see.
Let's see. So yeah, there we go. Back to C5's version of the game. I love the snake in this one. I really do.
I like it too. It's really neat. It's really neat. Oh my gosh. Looks like a hard game. Jeez.
Oh yeah, and now you can tell he's getting faster.
Oh, did you leave that in there?
Yeah, I left that in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this looks a lot harder than when we played it earlier today.
Yeah.
That's why.
9 is like the equivalent of say 72 in our game before, so we'll say that I won.
Carrie, they're asking you where you work.
Where do I work? I work at EA, but I've worked at different gaming companies. I've worked at Microsoft. I've worked at Activision. Yeah, I've been making games for about 8 years professionally now. Went to school for this, and I've always enjoyed coding. So yeah, it was a natural fit for me. Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. Yeah. And then in my spare time, I write games like this, really simple stuff
You do a lot
that
of
get to show off.
game jams too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I've got one coming up this weekend. Um, so for people that don't know, this is a really good way for people of all levels to come together and make games. A game jam, they normally last. There's 48-hour game jams, 24-hour game jams. Probably the most popular one is Global Game Jam that happens in January, but there's smaller ones that happen all year round. Um, but yeah, you generally just show up at a place. It's normally a university or some sort of club or something. Some gaming studios all host a game jam. You show up and you get put in a group with people you usually don't know. And together as a group, you make a game for 48 hours. You spend a weekend making a game to see what you can come up with. And you can see what we've come up with in a couple of hours. So if you have a team of people, well, we've really got a team here. So, but this is what you can do. You can do stuff like this. You can do more sophisticated stuff than this. And yeah, you have a weekend to make a game, and even if you fail really badly over the weekend, you've really just lost a weekend. And normally a good Friday night can usually mean I lose a weekend. So so there's really no difference. Um, but even if your game doesn't come out really well, you meet some good people, and yeah, you can make some really good contacts that way. Yeah. All right. What else do we have?
So I just
Oh,
forwarded you an email from someone in chat. They sent some artwork in, and I'm personally really excited to see this artwork. So
yeah.
go ahead and pull that up and see if we can implement that too.
Ooh, I'm kind of showing it off here, aren't I? Oh,
I won't look. I won't look.
okay, okay.
I'm not gonna look.
All right. So I'm just gonna throw them into the project here, and it looks like they're named already. So call it bio, and there we go. How about
Oh, it looks awesome!
that?
Oh my gosh, look at that! Anyone Bioshock Infinite fans? Anyone? Anyone in chat? I know I am. Holy smokes, it looks awesome! That's really cool. The fruit's a little hard to see, but that just makes the game all that much more fun and or difficult. Oh, snap. Also, Carrie, while you're playing, G Money in chat would like to know what you majored in school.
I majored in game development. I went to Full Sail. Full Sail is a pretty big college for game development. I got some pretty successful grads from there. Um, but yeah, that's where I personally went to school. Yeah.
I know some people who went to Full Sail, but for film,
Oh yeah.
they are fantastic at film.
Yeah. It's a different education to a traditional education. Well, there's all sorts of stories online about for-profit universities, and Full Sail's a for-profit university. It means that they do things a little differently there. But at the end of the day, I suppose it really depends on what kind of person you are, like how you learn would be whether whether you'd be successful at Full Sail or not. But for me, it was perfect. It was my learning, like the method I learned. It was very practical, very hands-on, um, very fast-paced. I got my degree in under 2 years.
Really?
And yeah, I got my full bachelor's degree in under 2 years there.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. That's
and
crazy.
then
Okay.
a couple of months after that, I had my first job coding games. And I was working for Activision, was my first job out of college. Um, but yeah, very hands-on. A lot of time, you spend a lot of time outside of class, just playing with the assignments you're given. And I think the most successful people are the people that take what they've learned in class